So from the first speaker on generalities on biodiversity, I'll get to the specifics, which is macrofungi. Macrofungi is just mushrooms. You should just know it's mushrooms. I guess everybody here loves eating mushrooms. Good. So as doctors recommend for you to eat vegetables, to eat fruits, that is how they recommend you to eat mushrooms. And we'll find out why. So my presentation will take this outline. So you see, fungi, they are a very rich, diverse group of organisms, but little attention has been paid to them. They are understudied. They receive less funding, even within the biodiversity context. But they are very important in the ecosystem, especially in the forest ecosystem, because they take part in key ecosystem processes. For example, they form mycorrhizal association, which are mutualistic association with the roots of higher plants for nutrient uptake. They are also important in societies, in communities, because of their food, their medicine. They are also very important for other aspects. And ethnomycology is the study of the uses of fungi by humans, so how they use it in their communities. Then conservation is the act of protecting the Earth's natural resources. So from macrofungi, we found that as they also help in nutrient uptake, they help in decomposition by breaking down dead organic matter. They also help in mycoremediation. They clean up polluted water, polluted sites in the earth. So many communities depend on this mushroom as their food and medicine. So you see the diverse uses of mushrooms. Yeah, you have mushroom tea, supplement, drinks in the market. You also have pomades, you have soap, toilet paste, mushroom paste, supplements, tablets, and even snacks in the market. So what is the problem with mushroom diversity, ethnomycology and conservation? So Cameroon, many ecosystems in Cameroon is reputed for its biological diversity, but that is especially plants, animals, because mushroom is understudied, the data is not even there to make assessment. So from previous biodiversity studies in Cameroon, we found out that there's limited diversity study and ethnomycological knowledge has not been documented and conservation measures have not been implemented. So has not been implemented. So why is the reason? The reason for the decline is because of what? There are numerous factors for the decline. And some of these factors are climate change. You also have overharvesting of species in the wild. There are also different factors attributed to the decline. So we carried out a diversity study in different forest types in Cameroon. So if you would have seen the map of Cameroon, we carried out a study in the Mount Cameroon region, in Kilumijim Forest Reserve. You have the Barefoot Forest. You also have the Awing Forest Reserve. So in those forests, we carry out diversity study. We use the fixed plot method, and we also use opportunistic sampling method to assess the biodiversity of mushroom. Then we found out that mushroom diversity was decreasing throughout the year. And you have some particular species found in one ecosystem, not present in another. Also, it was declining because some of these mushroom species grow on trees. And these trees are being destroyed. You have deforestation. That is alarming in this region. So once you destroy the habitat for mushroom, then it means that you have also destroyed mushroom biodiversity. So the numbers were decreasing, but we have different species, different group of mushroom species that we found, like the polypores. Those are the ones that have the pores on the under surface of the basidio cap. We also found different, like the egg star mushroom. There was a huge diversity of mushroom, if you have to see the picture. Okay, so based on the diversity study, we also documented several species which were new records for Cameroon. And we describe species new to science. For example, we described Ganoderma riverdeni, which was a species new to science. We also documented species that was reported to be edible for the very first time. Now, for the ethnomycological studies, we assess different communities and we try to find out the knowledge they have about mushroom. Do they use this mushroom as food, as medicine, or as mythology? What is mythology? I guess somebody knows. Mythology simply means that the indigenous, they believe in it, but there's no scientific evidence about it. So we found species that were edible in this community. For example, you have termitomycete. These are termite-forming mushroom. You also have Polyporus dictopus that was reported for the first time to be edible. We also found some mushrooms that were used for charms. I hope everybody here you like to be loved and not to be hated. And if you like to be loved, if I love you and you don't love me back, I can use this mushroom and put in your food. That is what the local communities, they do. And it works perfectly. But for safety concern, I cannot call the name of the mushroom. Okay. Because I don't want people to start loving people here. Okay. Then there were other mushroom species that were used to dispel evil spirit. So I don't know if you know what is evil spirit. We are coming from different regions, but in Africa it's common. You can sleep at night and you hear a strange sound, and it's like you can't sleep again. You see shadows moving. So there are some mushroom species that are used to send away evil spirit. So there are some that are used to treat cancer, internal growth. And this mushroom species is very important in those communities. So for the conservation aspect, what did we do? We do what we say in situ, ex situ. The term is too big for some, but it basically means conservation of their habitat. So we do conservation of their habitat. How? Through sensitization. We sensitize the community. Do not cut trees. Don't fell down trees on which mushroom grows. Don't cultivate in forested land. So we sensitize them. Why mushroom conservation is important. Also, together with the community, we try to grow fast leguminous trees. So they use it for firewood. They also use it as fences so that they don't depend on forest trees. So we also carry out ex situ conservation, which is domestication. So we engage in mushroom cultivation with the community in order to preserve the biodiversity. So if you see the different stages of mushroom cultivation, which is the oyster mushroom. You call it pleuretus or stratus, but just know that it is oyster mushroom. So to conclude, the research we have carried out in Cameroon on mushroom conservation, on diversity and ethnomycology is very important because we need to preserve mushroom diversity. We need to document the traditional knowledge used in treating different diseases. And it is necessary in the future to have multidisciplinary research to determine their efficacy and safety. And we say that conservation of microfungi is better achieved through conservation of their habitats, then followed by domestication. Then also another problem we have, which is a concluding statement, is that most of the time we have lost, not only in Cameroon, even other African countries, you have it on paper, you have to conserve mushroom, but it's not implemented. So we need implementation. So this research work resulted in about 15 publications. You can check my ResearchGate profile. But it's not only the publication. What I'm so happy about it is the capacity building. Why conserving mushroom diversity, also generating income for students who are unemployed, also improve livelihoods for the communities. So what is the perspective, the exciting frontiers in the next 5 to 10 years? hosting. Then we need to follow up with policymakers for implementation of laws on fungi conservation in Cameroon, in Africa, and the world. So despite limited funding, I acknowledge some few funders who, over the years, have given us money to do this work, like the Rootford Foundation, ACOS, and some others. I thank my past and present students and my collaborators. Thank you for your kind attention.